find a way to run from the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Okay, today is June 4th, 2021, and it's 3:30 a.m. So I'm gonna try to record a little bit because today we're going away again. I'm starting to get tired of it, and then the vacation haven't even started yet because we need to do some stuff with the kids. All right, so we're going away today, and trying to put something out for you guys. Well, you won't see it anytime soon. You'll see other things before that. But I just want to get some of the news that were going on yesterday out of the way, so when I come back, I don't have to do too much like backtrack and try to figure out what was going on. All right, so right now I have 1,097 subscribers. Any new subscribers, welcome. I hope you enjoy this channel. All right, so let's go on Twitter and see what's going on.
So we shall do what women do. We shall talk.
All right, I did bookmark some, but let's see. This is the news that's going on that was spreading yesterday regarding the, I think it was The Guardian who did it, that says Buckingham Palace lack of ethnic minorities has long been obvious. Recent revelation casts a light on a long and unedifying history, says Philip Hall, author of Warrior Fortune, Tax, Money, and Monarchy. Let's see. Let me just go on the things that I bookmark, and then I could go on my homepage and see what the latest thing here, because I already have some stuff set up. All right, so this was the first one that I bookmark. All right, so first tweet: the dumbest shit I've seen this year, tweeted about Meghan. Quote, she's not even black, she's Caucasian, so she's the racist for playing the race card. end quote. Make it make sense. All right, Lord. There's people who's responding. Lord, I can't. Don't want to. Okay, done. I'm out. Yep. Okay. So that was a quick one. Next one. All right. I'm going to try my best to not mention his name. That's Meghan's try to terrorize her. Okay, this is Chris Evans. But then he claimed he left his own accord and that they want him back on the show. Okay, so that's Meghan Stalker. That's the word. Meghan Stalker. All right, so Chris Evans is talking about Meghan Stalker. But then he claimed he left of his own accord and that they want him back on the show. I'm telling you, once Chris Evans know what's going on, he really he pay attention. He got receipt. He got everything. All right, Meghan Stalker implies Meghan Markle and Prince Harry got him fired. All right, the British broadcaster left his breakfast show back in March after saying he did not believe claim made by Meghan Markle in her bombshell interview with. All right, that's from Newsweek. So Chris Evans came across it and he said that he left on his own. Now he's changing his tune. All right, next, the comment below it, loves this version. So this is someone who we did the thing here. Let's hear.
That you don't like Meghan Markle. You've made it that you don't like Meghan Markle. You've made it so clear and
Oh my Lord, people have time to do all of this. Okay, so I did respond to it, laughing my ass off. I have not laughed so hard in the morning like I just did. LOL, OMG. Even Twitter, I can't even spell. Oh my God, Twitter world is crazy funny. All right, he desperately wants her to acknowledge him, so this is the next narrative. I doubt she gave another hem thought when she left to go meet Harry for the first time, and I doubt either said boo one way or another about him. His situation is entirely of his own making. Okay, Meghan Stalker is a liar. He met Meghan and he cast a presser for suit. Once she got engaged, he changed it to we went for a drink and she left to meet Harry. Okay, they got him fired. Good. Okay. All right, ignoring the fact that ITV received thousands of complaints about him, calling someone a liar for saying they were suicidal. He literally walked off the show, then claimed he left because he refused to apologize for his suicidal remark. He's just trying to direct more animosity toward her. He left because he didn't want to apologize. Is there not an official statement of ITV regarding this? This is people who's not firing it. Who's not following this whole saga thing here. Yeah, they didn't comment too much though. If I remember, it was something like, it's been decided that Pierce will leave the show, something or another. Alright, so let me go to another one. This one I bookmark and I think it's regarding Lewis. Alright, Lewis Hamilton. And this house, we stand Sir Lewis Hamilton. Okay, gonna love it here. Okay, you're not wrong here. Come again. Alright, let's see the next one. So this is it that was going on. Okay, the F1 social media championship can't escape the Hamilton domination. Social media followers, really? I bookmarked it. I thought it was a race that he did. That's how bad I am when I come across certain things, trying to save my comment for the videos. I thought it was a race that he did. So there he is. He has 34,200,000 followers, and then the next person is 8,000. Is it 8,000? Yeah, 8,457. So yeah, he went beyond that. Okay, while I have never been particularly fond of LH, Lewis Hamilton, as a person, I just don't believe he has the grace and humor of Proust. Stewart, Lauda, Schumacher, Lewis Hamilton has become the greatest F1 driver in a long, long time. He always was quick like Senna, but now he races like Proust. When and bad car. Wow, you knew or know these people personally. Never though Schumacher had even an ounce of humor Sam with post. I don't know any of these people. Why no Seb and not short? Imagine if Vettel was had social media. Okay, well, he engaged on political and social issues every chance he gets, while everyone else is mum about them. Even in the interview, the media will direct this question at him and go on and ask others what they had for breakfast or what cool thing they did on the weekend. Okay, so you see, this is people who know that the kids are bad boys. The path to F1 was easy for them because the racing team belonged to the father. Okay, so I think I understand what he meant by this, is that many of those old drivers probably didn't really, I mean, obviously they have to work hard, but the path that Lewis took is much harder because he had to prove himself. The other ones, their father owned the team, so it's easy for them to be placed in that position. That's what I'm getting from this comment. Okay, don't forget his 250k Spotify followers. So he's on Spotify too. Okay, you might wonder how this is possible. It's because of his great talent, his racecraft, his charisma, his generosity of his heart. Could go on. And short, he is an extraordinary man. Okay, also F1, is it a worldwide brand? Not sure if it was anymore, but if you took all the numbers of followers the IndyCar drivers had for a while, it was still less than the amount also. Was it Alonso had been, he joined to run the Indy 500. That's because Seb is not on social media. Let's be real. He won't be at 34, somewhere between 15 to 20 million. Sure you can. Okay. Let me move on. These are people who really follow F1. Me, I think I follow him because of more of it's like some stuff that he does, social issues and things like that. So that's that. All right, and also he's pretty good at the craft. Okay, let's see here. Is this sick joke? All right, Meghan Stalker connected with Mendy charity. So I saw this a while back. I don't know why I didn't bookmark it before. So Meghan Stalker, great effort for a great cause. Please help if you can. Thank you, Meghan Stalker, for getting behind the UK for Pigs War for Mind charity. Follow our progress at No Retreat. So when I saw it, I was like, for someone who have putting mental issues on, inflicting pain, mental issues onto others. Okay, I don't know how he's gonna be advocating for mental health here. All right, let's see here. There's 5 retweet, only 28 like. Okay, any charity that advocates for mental health while accepting the backing of this man has no credibility in my eyes. Okay, it's UK children charity, give pedophile as patron. Mental health charities have well-known rabid sociopath as patron. It's all par for course in that country. All right, they'll try to get him back on Good Morning Britain. He is most probably having his mind checked. We all know he needs to be. Okay, with respect, that effing insane. All right, this charity is a joke. So as I was reading some of this, I was thinking about some of those charities that Meghan have helped, who kept quiet when they were bashing them, this kind of thing. So this thing came to mind here. All right, next tweet. All right, a black person gets so dust them off every day. So this is like when I started seeing the things that was popping on tweets, and I wasn't sure what was going on. Even though on the tweet video that I did the day before, I did mention about the racist thing, but I didn't know it was going wildfire. Pretty much, every news outlet were talking about it. So the squad love to go put their tweets into somewhat of a code, but I've already know what was going on, but I wasn't sure if that's what she was tweeting about when I bookmarked that. All right, and remember, when I start recording some of my things are really, really early in the morning, so some of the squads are not really seeing the news yet, but it's throughout the day, in the middle of the day, that's when it makes round. Sometimes I already seen it, but I didn't think it was that, people were going to talk about it that much. throughout the day. But anyway, let's see here. A black person gets to dust them off every day. All right, a room filled with slave memorabilia, but no work for people of color. All right, that's regarding the Guardian thing here. All right, this tweet was about. There's the yikes. Okay. All right, so these are GIF. Yep. Okay, next tweet. All right, so this one, I don't know. I'm probably gonna get flagged. There's a lot of videos in there. All right, that's talking again regarding the Guardian thing, that the palace didn't hire people of color to do certain jobs. All right, great discussion about the royal family racist policy, 1 of 4. If I get flagged for it, I'm just gonna cut it. All right.
Now we're going to jump into today's headlines. Buckingham Palace is responding to a report that the palace had policies in place up until the late 1960s that prevented minorities from being hired in clerical roles within the royal household.
Yeah, they were only allowed to be hired as servants. So the Guardian uncovered these documents, which also say that Buckingham Palace negotiated with the government in the 1970s that they would be exempt from race and sex discrimination laws, which prevents employees from suing for alleged discrimination at work.
While I'm editing this video, and I was just thinking, this issue is bigger than what it seems.
Say that Buckingham Palace negotiated with the government in the 1970s that they would be exempt from race and sex discrimination laws.
Okay, many of us are focusing on the race part, but when you think about it, the law is to exempt them from sex and discrimination kind of things. So when you look at Andy behavior with pedophile and all of this, and looking at his grandson, the Queen's cousin who just got arrested, went to prison for sexual assault. Okay, this is much bigger than just a race thing here. Okay, it's all the things that you see them doing around the world. Okay, when they go to other countries, doing it to other kids, people's children, and all of that. This law is bigger than what it is. Okay, we all focus right now on the race part, but when you think of the sexual assault, the pedophilia, and all of that, when you look at the broader picture of things, it's much bigger. It's very important. I hope, the UK citizens are paying attention to this, to scratch this off, because if they know they could get away with some of their behavior, they will continue to do it. Okay, so right now, many of us are focusing on the race issues with people working for them, the racist behavior and all of that. But when you look at the broader picture, when it comes to your children, everybody should be focusing on that. It matters to everybody in the UK, not just just because you're white you think you're exempt from that, but think of your children. Okay, young girls and all of this. Okay, so that came to mind while I'm editing this video.
The palace has responded to the Guardian's report by saying, claims based on a second-hand account of conversations from over 50 years ago should not be used to draw or infer conclusions about modern-day events or operations. The principles of Crown application and Crown consent are long established and widely known.
So, Kathleen.
And all of this, I sort of brought it up on my last video when I came across some of these tweets. So, when we think of the palace trying to, was it the Crown consent kind of thing? It's where things go. I explained that very well in the last video. Where a bill or law is going into effect, before it go onto the floor, they bring it to the Queen, and the Queen will review it and all of that. I explained all of this on my last video. And I think I used the United States system to explain my understanding of it, this kind of thing. And I think I refer to the Queen as like the president before she veto or signed the bill or something like that. So this is something I explained on my last video.
And I'm very confused by that statement. But what are your thoughts on this situation?
Oh God! I mean, I want to break down that statement a little more because it is very confusing.
Do it.
They say they want to make the distinction, right? That this report is from 50 years ago, and that it should not be used to infer conclusions about modern day events. That's their wording, right? The Guardian.
Modern day event, and look what happened to Meghan. Just look what happened to Meghan. That's all. These people, my goodness, and she had to leave because they were so unbearable.
Also reported, though, that the Queen and the palace still remain exempt from laws that prevent race and sex discrimination in the workplace, right? And that it has made it impossible for women and people of color working for the Queen's household to complain to courts about workplace discrimination. That's happening now. It is also really frustrating for an institution built on colonialism and rooted in racism to refuse to reckon with their racist past and present. None of this should be a surprise. Of course, it's not.
It's very
Meghan
sad when you
Markle
think about it.
told us about these people, but also, we have years of history and receipts that show us exactly who the Queen is. She is not exempt. I feel like every time we have these conversations, she's just made out to be this figurehead that's above it all. But no, she is completely complicit in all of this. And this is an institution that is absolutely racist. Prince William said, "We are not a racist family."
All right, let's continue. I don't know. I hope they don't black me for this. So let's see here.
On colonialism and rooted in racism to refuse to reckon with their racist past and present. None of this should be a surprise. Of course, it's not.
If they don't bring these people into court and sue them, let them recognize what they're doing, they will never learn. All right? So this is why they keep on going about their everyday life without any consequences. They know they can never be sued, they can never be wrong or anything like that.
Meghan Markle told us about these people, but also, we have years of history and receipts that show us exactly who the Queen is. She is not exempt. I feel like every time we have these conversations, she's just made out to be this figurehead that's above it all. But no, she is completely complicit in all of this. And this is an institution that is absolutely racist. Prince William said, "We are not a racist family." Actually, you are, and this is just another example of that.
I still, for the life of me, don't understand the devotion to the idea of the royal family. Like, I know that there are people that are fans out there, and everybody has their reasons, I suppose. To me, I just don't understand it. What's also funny about this statement is when they say specifically, like, secondhand account of conversations. It was the Queen's financial manager that said it. Like, it's on paper. It said the financial manager said that. So everything about the statement is like baloney. Like, it's garbage.
Yeah, I think he says, I'm really surprised. Go ahead, Kathleen.
Well, I was just going to say, just take the L. I think that this idea of not reckoning with the racism that clearly this family has engaged in and continues to, if we have listened or learned or anything in the past year, couldn't they not have said, hey, this was a policy and it was horrific and we shouldn't do this again? Yeah. That is a way they could have done it that would have at least been better PR than what they're doing now, which is, continuing to dig further and further.
Yeah, but it is like
I'm really
you had said,
to hear the discrimination in the palace back then. I'm not. Because there's no surprise, same rules in their illegitimate owned countries. Misc says the palace isn't going to change. Francis is shocking, but aligns with the firm's past. Sorry, Carlos, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it's like Kathleen had mentioned, with the Queen in the palace stating, showing that they believe that they're above pretty much everything that's happening in the world right now, and the way people are thinking, and the things that people want to see. But that is the history of.
Okay, that's the thing here. They never put in their place. All right, they think they're above it, and they continue
showing that they believe that they're above pretty much everything that's happening in the world right now, and the way people are thinking, and the things that people want to see. But that is the history of the royals.
And if they wants to be just a figurehead, so their hand should not be near any laws and policies. That's the thing here. I mean, the more they keep on avoiding those topics, is the more that I don't know if people are gonna get angry about these kind of things. All right, so we're not racist. Okay, if you're not racist, all right, let's remove these things into the laws. My goodness, and they will never learn.
Being above and separate from everything. It's so. The public, we all want to see this change. We all want to see people moving forward. And so many people in institutions are saying, you know what, we're taking stock of who we are, what we've been, and what we've said, and we're going to make amends and do this thing right. And it just seems like it's so difficult, for whatever reason, for them to realize that this is what they've got to do, not just for PR purposes, but, as representatives. Why is it so difficult?
They know their ass gonna
Yeah,
be
Beeman
sued.
says when there's smoke, there's fire. Yeah, the one thing I don't understand about that statement, they say like secondhand conversations, but like the Guardian has the documents, so I don't get what they're saying secondhand conversations. And yeah, like you mentioned, Kathleen, like I don't get the Queen in all this because remember in that interview with Oprah, like Harry and Meghan went out of their way to saying this wasn't the Queen. Like the Queen treated Meghan great, and they told stories, and they made sure to say the comment about Archie's skin color was not the Queen. So they went out of their way to say, the Queen wasn't racist towards Meghan. But yeah, we're just going to keep thinking that the Queen is just completely oblivious to all this stuff that's going on around her.
This is what I said about this. I mentioned in the last video is that Meghan chose the lesser of the two evil because the love that Harry has for the grandmother, and the Queen was playing a two-face. She knew exactly what she was doing. It's just that at a certain time they use either the firm or the Queen whenever it fits them. So what Meghan did is choose the lesser of the two evil, even though she knows very well the Queen is part of it. All right, but out of respect for Harry, she chose the firm. But in reality, choosing the firm, you mean the Queen. You understand? You have to know somewhat to differentiate the two. But overall, it's pretty much the Queen. Alright? Because anything that needs to go further, the Queen has the last say. So why, they're trying to make excuses for her, meaning the Queen. But Meghan just trying to play the fine line and just went straight and said it's the firm. Even though you know very well it's the Queen that okay everything.
Like she's great, she's not racist at all, but there's all these policies and all these situations going on in the palace that the Queen is just completely unaware of. Like at a certain point, it just doesn't add up.
You can't get people with that confused.
No, it doesn't at all. And I think that the reason Meghan and Harry went out of their way to try to separate the Queen from all of this is because of the power that she still wields. And that I think they were scared of the public reaction, the fact that so many people in Britain and in Commonwealth countries still revere the Queen as this incredible figurehead. And so they were just too scared to say that, no, a fish rots from the head, that this is, even if, she is not the one saying certain racist things or she's not the one actually only hiring white people, she is in charge of it all.
Yep, that's that. Again, Meghan was playing a very fine line, and she chose the lesser of the two evil. She chose the evil, okay? But she was just trying to save her ass.
And so they were just too scared to say that, no, a fish rots from the head. That this is, even if, she is not the one saying certain racist things or she's not the one actually only hiring white people, she is in charge of it all and she's overseen it and she should take responsibility. And I think that's the biggest frustration here. And I think that's something that we're seeing in other white institutions as well. This refusal to really reckon with, first of all, who is in power and who has been wielding their power in racist ways, and also what can be done next. And clearly, if the palace isn't acknowledging what has been done that was wrong, they're not going to do anything about it going forward.
Yeah, like what happened to that investigation they were going to do into Meghan's claims? That's been like, what, 2 months? 3 months? Have no word on that.
They're just waiting for everyone to forget. Like, no one's going to hold us accountable for that.
Yeah, that's exactly that.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know. I hope I don't get flagged for it, but it's a very good discussion regarding the racism thing within the institution. So pretty much they're holding the Queen accountable for all of the things that's going on because she's the top of the top, okay? All right, let's see here some of the comment. Okay, two funny people aren't crazy. They know that the fish is rotten from the head. Not only that, they know the bully claim is garbage. Meghan has been wrongly accused, and the global world is saying we're vindicating Meghan from all the lies that William and Kate and the royal family told. It's all coming full circle. Right, thanks for sharing. You're welcome. She was the one who didn't want Meghan to wear the tiara on her wedding day, but some poor schmuck got blamed for it. If the old bat respected Meghan, no one dared to disrespect her. That is true. You know what? I didn't think of it that way. She is right. It was always her choice, and if Charles and Will really want to be king, they better do as she says. Yep, let's see exactly. The Queen is guilty. Yep, the Liz is complicit. She approves it all. There's no way she isn't aware of any of this. If she wanted to stop it, she would have done so. She's just like her mother. Okay, yep. This is very good. And, you know, sometimes when you read certain things, I just go through it, but I never thought of it that way. Knowing very well, the buck pretty much stopped at the Queen level. Whatever she says goes. If they wanted Meghan to wear the tiara, guess what? If the Queen says she's gonna wear the tiara, that was what was gonna happen. Thank God Meghan doesn't give a shit about all of this, but it's true. Alright, she was the one who didn't want Meghan to wear the tiara on her wedding day, but some poor schmuck got blamed for it. Alright, probably sent her and said, don't let her wear that tiara. Jeez, if the old bat respected Meghan, no one dared to disrespect her. It was always her choice, and if Charles and Will really want to be king, they better do as she says. Okay, next tweet. Alright, let's see, gold standard. This is the one that I tweeted, but it continues. That regarding Naomi. Okay, Harry, Meghan, The Rock, and now Naomi Osaka. Why celebrities' mental health struggles matter. Alright, I did 2 videos regarding her. Alright, Harry and Meghan, The Rock, and now Naomi Osaka. Why celebrity mental health. Okay, my patient couldn't even tell his family. Public figures can help us erase the shame and silence around depression, anxiety, and mental health. Alright, I didn't read it, but I saw it. I thought there would be more comment under it. Alright, quote, my patient couldn't even tell his family. Public figures can help us erase the shame and silence around depression, anxiety, and mental health condition. Dr. Thomas K. Lu. Alright, so in other words, a lot of people are really holding those kind of things in secret. They can't even tell their own family and stuff like that. But yeah, I did 2 videos regarding her, and both of them are gonna come out today, Friday, June 4th. Alright, it was one recording, but I cut it into 2. One in the morning at 6 a.m. and one at night. And I think both of them, the squad can, chat among themselves. Alright, next tweet. Alright, Harry takes pride that Santa Bali keeps helping children during COVID crisis. Quote, as we begin recovering from COVID-19, now is also the time for Santa Bali to look to the future and the role we will and must play. Alright, that's a link here. I didn't read it, but I thought it was something to share with you regarding Santa Bali. Alright, I think this paper is Daily Mail, same family, but this piece about Harry at Santa Bali always a good thing to promote. Okay, wonder if Nacho will be in Santa Barbara for polo match. Okay, that's in French. Okay, next fundraiser event. Alright, so that was a quick one regarding Santa Bali, who's still doing the hard work during the pandemic. Alright, next tweet. Okay, I hope at Guardian digs deeper. I think there is a story in Buckingham Palace tell Meghan Markle not so long ago she was not an employee and won't be paid. Now we are learning of discriminatory laws still in place. Alright, let's see here. 46 seconds. I'm probably gonna get flagged for this. Let's hear.
You mentioned earlier, Harry, that you were hurt by the fact that there's been no acknowledgement on the part of your family that this was different because of race. Mm-hmm. Do you think there ever will be? And would that make a difference to you?
Yeah, it would make a huge difference. As I said, there's a lot of people that have seen it for what it was.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like it's talked about across the world. Yet the very people that don't want to see it or can't see it choose not to see it.
Yeah, yes. They choose not to see it. Yep. They told her to keep acting. Yep, that was the thing. All right, and also remember when the palace said they won't pay for Meghan, how they didn't want her wearing the royal jewelry. Yes, keep digging. All right, Meghan Markle had at least 3 protected characteristics covered by the Equity Act, where she experienced discrimination as a pregnant mixed-race woman with mental health problem. If she was working for the NHS or Med, she had the right to take forward action. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, Love Orange, your reading comprehension is lacking. They negotiated to be exempt from equality laws in 1968. The laws came into effect into the 1970s. They are still exempt from those laws today. They didn't hire a person of color outside of domestic workers until the 1990s and abused them. Read slowly. Okay, this in the US, this is illegal and we will sue the firm. All right, but that happened over there, so it's out of the US jurisdiction. Okay, next tweet. Let's see here. This one I saw, it was really good. Talking about Harry's his introduction into the military. All right, that's from Forces News. Okay, in July 1993, Princess Diana and a young Prince Harry visited British personnel in Germany. The future Duke of Sussex was even treated to ride in an army vehicle. Okay, Prince Harry in Germany. Okay, there's the music. I'm probably gonna mute it. Look at his little face smiling. Yep. So they're wondering if this is where that pretty much introduced him to it. All right, let's see. You can read more about the 1993 royal visit and watch our original TV news report from nearly 28 years ago. Look at his little face. Loved it. And he's still working and helping those vets. All right, respect to Prince Harry and all NATO soldiers. Amazing. I haven't seen this since the day it happened. Thank you for posting this memory. Respect to Harry and all those who serve our country and veterans who have given so much. All right, there's love, a lot of emojis. Next tweet. All right, so Buckingham Palace. This was going around all day yesterday. Okay, Buckingham Palace barred ethnic minorities from office jobs during the 1960s. The Guardian newspaper has reported, citing document in Britain's National Archive. Okay, that's the same thing I read here. All right, reported Thursday, citing document in Britain. All right, today the same law exists today. So stop saying thus was 1960s. The same laws are being applied by Buckingham Palace today. Okay, the document also shed light on how Buckingham Palace negotiate controversial clauses that remain in place to this day, exempting the Queen and her household from laws that prevent race-sex discrimination. Okay. The monarchy is a public institution funded by public money. It is only right that they respond to this revelation and tell the public what they intend to do to address allegation and incitement of institutional racism, past and present. That's a good thing. That's a good question. All right, here's how it goes. Shit back in the day were different. Okay, times were different, and a lot of stuff from back then doesn't look good or age well while looking at it from 2021. I'm not defending it. It still sucked and it's still happening. It still happened. But digging up news from the past is BS. It's not BS. It's how you move forward. Because if nobody knew this was there, okay, and guess what? It's still in the law. So which means this need to be scraped off. Okay, the practice still apply today. Nothing has changed. So what are you on about? All right. While in 1960, people's sensibilities were different than they are in 2021. Shocking. Well, the thing is that this needs to be scraped off. Okay. Now do oppose or even other family business that curtail to the time and upkept racial separation. This is a publicly funded institution. Like it or not, we as Canadians were paying into it weird arguments, so screw on your behalf. Okay, the laws are still active. That's the thing here. The law is still active. People are talking as if it's not. Okay? I read that already. Why is this news? It's still happening. And 300 years ago, they tortured and beheaded people. Okay, headline from the National News Institution of a country who ran residential school as recent as mid-90s focus on that. We need to focus on everything. We need to take a look at everything. One is not better than the other. All right, focus on our own. More recently, racism and help to call on the government to fix it. Okay, why do even have a royal family in the 21st century? Yep, that's 70 fucking years ago. Let it go. Nope, we can't let it go because it's still in practice. That's the thing here. Oh God, woke Twitter is out for me now. Okay, even something else to be outraged. All right, so you know, when it's not you, you will never know how it feels. Okay, sometimes you need to put yourself in somebody else's shoes to have a slight perspective of things. All right, can you imagine you have the know-how, you went to school to do certain things, and then there's a job application, you apply for it, and then they pick someone based on skin color? How is that fair? My goodness. Okay, that was 60 years ago. Do you have anything a little more recent? Marker Meghan. Okay, all right, let me go to the next one. Let's see here. That's the squad just sitting back, sipping tea, and just enjoying that how the world is ripping the royal family. All right, watching CNN reporting on the Guardian report yesterday about the British royal family. The great thing about CNN is they will talk about it every hour on the hour, all day and night. All day and night. It's like, it's like, you wanted the spotlight? Here's the spotlight for you. Okay, until they do right by my girl, they will always be complaining and explaining. First die, now I'll fib. Two women have suffered at their hands and they think they just get to live in bliss. Okay, we serve a living God. Alright, there's people laughing. Okay, three women suffered in their hand. Diana, Sarah, Fergie. But guess what? Sarah sort of, I'm not saying it, whatever they did to Sarah was right, but the fact that, look at them, I guess she forgave them. All right, she's alive. She forgave them and she's still living under their stuff. So let's cross her out. All right, because she had she's alive to speak and put things in her place, but she followed under their line. Okay, she bent. So I don't know. All right, Diana, so Fergie and Meghan Markle's. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna remove Sarah from here. The new generation will be the ones to abolish the evil people called, royal family. They think people are stupid, pretending to care about others, but only themselves. They are after the money and that they get for taxpayers. All right, let's see. I'm enjoying seeing karma come for them all, and that is why I can't stay mad at CNN. I'm loving it. It's all fact though. I can't stay mad at CNN. But they have their moment. They have their moment. When there's no news and this popped up, they'll be talking about it. Alright, next tweet. The Venn diagram of people yelling at Naomi Osaka is rich. What does she have to be depressed about? And the people who were apoplectic when Anthony Bourdain committed suicide is a circle. Okay, when you don't have money, you think money will solve your problem. It doesn't. Probably. Okay, I won't know. My mom always says money can buy happiness, to which we reply, neither can poverty. Alright, so said but true. Kate Spade too, now that you mention it. And Robin Williams and Kevin Love is in separate circle, I imagine. Yes, wait, I thought he died peacefully. Oh my gosh. Who is it? Anthony Bourdain they're talking about? I know he had some depression issue. When did he die? It was maybe, now it's probably, time flies, so it's probably 8 years now. I'll look for when he died, Anthony Bourdain. But was it, I think it was in Bangkok, wasn't it? Okay, let me stop asking myself question. Next tweet. Alright, next tweet, there is this, the 2020 podcast. Okay, a new scandal has hit Buckingham Palace. A new report claimed that colored immigrants and foreigners were banned from working at the palace, and the Queen was exempted from workplace equality laws for more than 4 decades. Let's see here.
Is the British royal family racist? In the month of March, Meghan Markle put Buckingham Palace under a spotlight. She said racism had driven her away from the royals, and since then the palace has struggled to recover. Now more explosive allegations have emerged. In the 1960s, apparently, the Queen's staff banned coloured immigrants or foreigners from working at the palace. And that's not all. The palace sought exemptions from workplace equality laws. There were laws in Britain that the palace did not apparently follow. And the Queen was exempted by lawmakers for more than 4 decades. Here's a report.
I can give you an honest answer. In those months when I was pregnant, all around this same time, so we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title.
All this.
And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
Those words shook up England. Meghan Markle claimed that at least one royal had concerns about how dark her son's skin would be. It wasn't the first time that the British royal family faced charges of racism, but this time it was coming from within. Now, fresh disclosures from the archives of the palace have revealed institutional racism. At least till the late 1960s, the Buckingham Palace banned ethnic minorities from office jobs. A British newspaper has accessed some documents from the British National Archives. They reveal how those working for the Queen wouldn't allow hiring of colored immigrants or foreigners. They were allowed to work only as domestic servants. Going by the documents, the alleged racism wasn't limited to the Queen's staff. Apparently, the palace actively negotiated for exemptions from laws that would have prevented discrimination on the basis of race and gender.
In other words,
in the 1960s, British lawmakers introduced laws to enable equality at the workplace. But the Queen remained exempted from those laws for more than 4 decades. In their defense, palace officials said they have records of employees from ethnic minorities since the 1990s. But they didn't say when the ban on minorities ended. This report has only brought the attention back to the royal family's past. British royals have been accused of turning a blind eye to racism. Experts claim the Queen has never apologized for racism by previous monarchs. The Meghan Markle interview revealed that racism still very much exists in the royal family. These revelations from the past will only make the present more difficult for the monarchy. Bureau Report, World is One.
Man, they have a lot to answer to God. Man, they have a lot to answer to God, because everything God has put in place, they want to redo it in their own way. My goodness, that's what I was thinking as I saw her waving, going through the boat. Okay, this is not a new scandal. It's an old scandal exposed again. We are not in the least bit surprised. Okay, she's still exempt from anti-discriminatory laws today. Let's see here. The Guardian says that the Queen, quote, has remained personally exempted from those equality laws for more than 4 decades. As a result of the exemption, that was end quote, as a result of the exemption, the paper said it is, quote, impossible for women or people of ethnic minorities working for her household to complain to those courts if they believe they have been discriminated against, end quote. Buckingham Palace did not dispute this, the Guardian said, but the palace said it had, quote, a separate process for hearing complaints related to discrimination, end quote, but did not specify what this process was. Buckingham Palace have been accused of racial discrimination before. In 1997, the palace revealed that it did not carry out ethnic monitoring of its staff designed to ensure equal opportunities for Black and Asian people. In 2001, a former secretary to Prince Charles lost an employment tribunal for a claim of constructive dismissal after claiming that she had been subjected to racist joke and sexual discrimination. My goodness, Kate New Frock averaged in 3 to 1. trying to divert this. All right, excellent reporting. Bravo, good reporting. Okay, great clip with a comprehensive summary of the Guardian investigative piece on the royal family handling of institutional racism. Royal family has not addressed the motive behind continued exemption for anti-discrimination laws. Being the queen, she doesn't have to say or do anything. Well, this is the thing here. Keep on saying, as long you are a human being, there should be somewhere where people is at fault for doing the BS. All right. Let me see here. That's her problem. Even Jesus responded to reasonable situation. She is the head of the Church of England. After all, apparently she is the woman at the well in need of water. Okay, it's clearly of the reporting for me, no beating around the bush, but in the UK, the often so loud tabloid and all other press or media are united in deadly silence. The others for the invisible contract must have been sent out. Okay, I'm so pleased for the British royal family. They are now getting the attention they crave and deserve. Eat your heart out, Sussexes. Thank you for this great reporting. Surely no one could be surprised at this. This is the thing here. They're making it normalized. That's the thing. They're making it normalized. Yes, 60 years ago, tell me about it, that people of color employed at the White House in the 1960s, were they even allowed to use the same bathroom or sit whenever they wanted on the bus, because we never had that in the UK. But guess what? This is why history is very important. This is the thing that the UK put in here. All right, people in the United States had to fight for it. All right, that's the thing here. This is their own doing. Okay, American have been known to racism age ago, but UK is quite a surprise. All right, but all the thing that is going around the world, the thing about racism and all of that, this is where it started. It's from them. They spread it all around. Why do you think we had 1776? Okay, we separate ourselves with them. It's because of them. Okay, at one point we were a part of them, so we had to fight our way out of it, and little at a time we're getting our own right. People still, this is why sometimes we need to teach our kids history. It's all them. All of the thing the US is going right now in the South, all the thing you've been reading about, all of the racism and all of it, it started with them. It started with the royal family. They were the one who put this nonsense here. And then little at a time we're fighting it. My goodness. But anyway, next tweet. All right, there's more other outlets talking about it. ABC 7 Chicago, the Guardian newspaper has reported that Queen Elizabeth II, chief financial manager, told civil servant in 1968 that it was not the palace practice to hire, quote, colored immigrants or foreigners, end quote, for clerical posts and other office jobs. Okay, this is their own thing. This is the thing that they embedded throughout the world, everywhere you go, and it was very clearly the foundation of the United States. They imposed it. Why do you think the United States had slaves? It was them, okay, who brought it here. All right, and then we're still fighting it. A lot of the thing that's going in the South are residual of the royal family. All right, now I'm thinking of this article that I came across, and I could never find it again, and I didn't really search for it. That one person who was working in the with the, I think the royal family or something, and they left, and then where did they go? They moved into the U.S. somewhere down south. Okay, the residual of the royal family is still there. I won't be surprised if later on we find out they're still putting things here. All right, the influence is still, they're still pushing for the influence in here. All right, and people question Meghan's experience in that family firm. Okay, accurate. Okay, every business in 1968 was practicing that. This is why we have to fight it. All right, let's see. The law are still active. That's the thing here. It's still active. All right, some of these I think I already read. The document also shed light on how Buckingham Palace negotiate controversial clauses that remain in place to this day, exempting the Queen and her household from laws that prevent race and sex discrimination. Alright, this is something everybody in the UK should be concerned about. Okay, let's say you're a woman, you're qualified to work in a certain position. They won't take you. Why? Because their bodies, okay, are doing some nonsense. They want to keep it within themselves, because if a woman get that position, that woman will put a stop to it. So these kind of things, they need to look into it. Don't just look at the race part. The sex part is also very interesting. Alright, very important. Buckingham Palace refused to say when the ban ended, so it may have been past the 1960s. It is still exempt from race-sex equality laws today, and staff will issues in this area cannot be independent redress. Alright, let's see. It is unclear when the practice ended. Buckingham Palace refused to answer questions about the ban and when it was revoked. Okay, it said its record showed people from ethnic minorities backgrounds being employed in the 1990s. It added that people that before that decade, it did not keep record on the racial background of employees. Exemption from the laws. In the 1960s, government ministers sought to introduce laws that will make it illegal to refuse to employ an individual on the ground of their race or ethnicity. Like I said on my video yesterday, which you're probably going to see at a different day, but just look at the date, is that I said, you know, when the law is going to pass, the Queen has her lawyers to look at it and how it, you know, it affect her. And this is exactly what I see going on here. Alright, the Guardian said that the Queen, quote, has remained personally exempted from those equality laws for more than 4 decades, end quote. As a result of the exemption, the paper said it is, quote, impossible for women or people from ethnic minorities working for her household to complain to the courts if they believe they have been discriminated against, end quote. Buckingham Palace did not dispute this, the Guardian said, but the palace said it had a separate process for hearing complaints related to discrimination, end quote, but it did not specify what this process was. You know, if they're collecting taxpayers' money, all right, this should be completely scraped off. All right, things like that should not be going on when you're paying, you know, your tax-earned money. All right, Buckingham Palace has been accused of racial discrimination before. In 1997, the palace revealed that it did not carry out ethnic monitoring of its staff designed to ensure equal opportunities for Black and Asian people. In 2001, a former secretary to Prince Charles lost an employment tribunal for a claim of constructive dismissal after claiming that she had been subjected to racist jokes and sexual discrimination. Yep, that's right. Anything that will put them in the front, anything negative, pretty much anything negative that will put them front and center, they want to remove that. Alright, this all had to do with the court system, the thing that Meghan was going through with privacy law. When things started to come out, alright, if Meghan started talking and said this is what was going on within the royal family, you'll see. That's why, you know, I'm telling you, this is the reason why she won the case. Otherwise, it will go to their bodies. Alright, wait until you hear what was happening on American buses in the 1960s. This is why we fought for it. Alright? We fought for it. We have decided that has the British royal family, no, they are still exempt. You are confusing two different things. First, these supposed policies that existed in the palace in the 60s, which can be corroborated. Secondly, legal exemption parliament give which is beyond the monarch's power. Alright, whatever. That's just excuses. Alright, we know the US was going through their own issues. Alright, let's see. It's still the palace practice. What is this now? Prince Andrew used the N-word, former number 10-8 claims. Sohan Silva says royal used words in the 2012 conversation at Buckingham Palace. See, they will never learn because they've never been punished for their behaviors. All right, they think they can never be wrong. While Hyde Grove secretary claimed racial abuse by Prince Charles' staff, a black former secretary to the Prince of Wales at his country home in Gloucestershire to Employment Tribunal yesterday that she left after being racially abused by other staff. Elizabeth Burgess, 39, who had worked part-time at the Prince Highgrove estate near Tedbury for 10 years, broke down in tears as she claimed that the Prince's valet, Michael Fawcett, had called her a effing nigger typist. My goodness, we're just gonna leave it to God. They think right here, since they use they overpower people, but wait until they reach God. I mean, our time here is so limited. All right. Sometimes when I think back and I'm looking at my dad already passed, he already did his time on this earth. All right. He came and went. Now, depending on whatever wrong he did while he was on this earth, if depend on that dimension he's in now, he's probably paying for whatever he had done wrong. All right. He probably regret he did it. So our time here is so limited. It went so fast. Before you know it, when you look at yourself now, you'll be like, how did I get this old? Whatever age you might be. All right. Can you imagine? Even look at, what's his name? The one who just passed. Prince Philip, 99. All right. People thinking 99 is a huge number. When you think about it, he already came and went. All right. So eventually all of us is going to go. Depend what is lay ahead for the afterlife for us. This is the eternal thing here. We're gonna be saying, oh my God, that short amount of time that I was on this earth, I should have used it wisely and do things the proper way. And now they're paying for it for eternally. All right, whatever it may be, if there is an afterlife, whatever it may be, just think about it. Our time here is so short. It is so short. It's when you think of the now. Okay, you'll be like, man, what I just did a few seconds ago, was it worth it? Was it worth it? My goodness, when they try to defend, let's see here. Okay, the documents also shed light on how Buckingham Palace negotiated controversial clauses that remain in place to this day, however, exempting the Queen and her household from laws that prevented race and sex discrimination. Her household. I'm wondering if those people from the tweet that I read before here, somewhere here, where they're calling her effing typist, nigger typist or something like that, if they could sue this person directly instead of the palace as a whole. That's what I'm thinking here. Not surprised at all. The darkness continues to come to light. Pardon the pun. Okay, yawn is it's God. You guys are covering this. Who cares? They fake anyway. Well, okay, wait until it's you. When it's you, you'll see. All right, let's see. Buckingham Palace barred non-whites from office job in the 60s Los Angeles Times. This is all the things that we're talking about it. All right, now, what is it? Damn, he looked like Charles here. He gave me the Charles face here a little bit. All right, he's probably answering to God now for some of the shitty stuff he was doing while he was here on Earth. Okay, how many they have known working in an office job. All right, so that's that. And I think most of the other things that I bookmarked was because to show you that how many people were talking about it, different outlet. All right, Buckingham Palace banned minorities from office job. All right. The way mainstream media worldwide don't even bother to mind words on this Buckingham Palace scandal. Okay, it's ongoing. All right, let's see. The Queen courtiers banned colored immigrants or foreigners from serving the clerical roles in the royal household until at least the late 1960s. All right, so they're repeating the same thing, but here they highlight this, that remain in place to this day, exempting the Queen and her household. That's the thing here. It's still happening. All right, and perfect example is Meghan. All right, she had to leave. Okay, I hope at the morning show, radio shows and media are talking about this and giving it the same energy they give Meghan when she eats avocados. All right, they never stood a chance. That's right. All right, well, I'm not surprised by this. All right, this is the thing here. Too many people are being normalized by it. All right, that needs to be a stop. All right, let's see here. Oh, once Yahoo is on it, it's game over. All right, next tweet. Okay, the fact that the British monarchy chooses to exempt itself from laws dealing with basic human rights should tell you all you need to know about your quote down to earth, relatable, not at all racist royal family. Alright, so these are tweets that I came across and I thought I should share, and that's it about that one. So it has 43 retweets and 206 likes. Next tweet. Alright, who was thrown out the day she died by the royal family without a pension and sent back to India. Okay, I seem to recall that Queen Victoria appointed Mohammed Abdul Karim, CVO, as one of her closest advisors. Okay, there is a film about it. They treated him horrible and sent him packing when she drew her last breath. Okay, so they're going to centuries back to grab a brown-skinned man as their token black friend. Wow, do they know that Victoria treated these people like pets and exotic decoration, not as human beings? You know, if Meghan hadn't left, they would have used her and her kids, their black friends. You know I'm right. That is true. All right, let's see here. Another tweet. The ruling party in control of the British government caught selling peerage, titles, and access to parliament for huge sums. Now this, oh my goodness, now they're selling those positions now. This is the thing that they wanted to use as prestige. My goodness. In a normal law-abiding state, this will lead to a major corruption investigation. I mean, there's no need for an investigation. It's already been done. You already know it's done. Investigation is when things you're not aware of. All right? Okay, let's see. A disgraced conservative lord whose peerage was forced through by Boris, a businessman involved in a cash for access scandal, has donated more than £500,000 to the Conservative Party after being made a peer by Boris Johnson. More, quote, nothing to see here, end quote, just envy, petty-minded nonsense. The more these stories come out, the more the sense of desperation emanates for the left. I don't know how these things run over there, but whatever. Do you really think that buying a peerage for $500,000 is nothing to see? By the way, not motivated by envy. If I had $500,000 to spare, I use it for much better things than a seat in the House of Lords. I don't know what power these people have into your lives or something. Do they make decision into certain things like the courts or something like that? If it does matter. All right, because they're doing all this to protect themselves. There are things, their interests, whatever it is that they're interested in. I'm just talking out of the blue because I do not know how these things work over there. All right, just on top of my head. If they're willing to spend that much for this position, it must mean something for them. Okay, to protect their interests. Whatever asset that they have. So they must say somewhere here. Okay, boy done good. Okay, let's see here. Early life. The son of a father who worked at Smithville Market. Kudus has an elder brother, John, and a twin brother, Stephen, both of whom became taxi drivers. Born in the metropolitan borough of Hackney, the boys initially lived on a, Brackland Court estate, before moving to Vance Court when the twins were 6. Kudus states his membership of the Boy Scout as the reason for his early success, who taught himself discipline and self-confidence. He taught himself. Okay, quote, the Boy Scout enabled me to escape a violent home situation in the inner city. I sincerely believe that I will not be where I am today had not become a member. All right. Aspiration, hard work, and success are dire words to the left. Dare to step out of the line and become a conservative, and it's often seasoned for abuse. Okay, Johnson will say that he has looked into it and that the matter is now closed. The Tory media will, of course, let him away with it. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. So it's sad to see this ongoing relentless destruction of honesty and integrity in public life. Most of us teach our children to be kind, caring, fair, truthful, considerate, to look after our friend and family, creating nature and our planet. Why can't our leaders do the same? Yep, that's the thing here. You teach your kid to do all the right thing, and you have adults who just, I mean, let's just say, I believe, all right, this is my prediction here. This is things that's coming out for people to see. At some point, someone will put their foot down and make them pay for the wrong that they're doing right now. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Next tweet. All right, let's see here. American media in particular is not getting their foot off the royal family's neck with this story. Keep the pressure. Okay, maybe the US media needs to apply the knee. I'm thinking of what's his name? Chauvinov guy, the police. LOL, the US media is just showing them who runs shit over there. The US have their own problem too. Alright, let's see. What the hell is that? Who've they lost it? What in the name? Okay, I even forgot I bookmarked this. So they also know her personality is weak as fuck. Okay, so they have to model her after other women to give her some personality. She has no redeeming quality as herself. Do they think this stuff makes her look good? They are starting to see the light. Her own fans are mocking her right now. Okay, I was like, why is my bro done this to me, lol? Why are you like this, lol? They just keep embarrassing her, proving she is clueless when it comes to being active in her role. As the queen nicknamed her, Duchess Doolittle. All it does is accentuate her Karenness and show that she's aging fast. Yikes. Alright, like the queen or not, Kate wouldn't even light a candle to her. Okay, well, what is that? Kate Middleton is feeling worth of her powerful in-laws, and the new issue of Life and Style weekly source revealed that the tension are at an all. Okay, well, what do you know? Queenie and tabloid or Vodovat's agree torso is lazy. Why is she never herself? LOL, the Mankin Duchess is 38, only 2 years older than Princess Diana was, yet a former looks older. My goodness, 39, born January 82. January, okay, yeah, okay, was gone. People are just laughing. It's like, what the hell? Alright, next tweet. Okay, LOL, all they had to do was be good to Meghan Markle. That's with all the thing, the Guardian thing. All they had to do is be good to Meghan. Okay, they're not capable of good. So true, maybe they will have just left her alone instead of working against her. That is true. Agreed, if they had welcomed Meghan into the royal family, all racism accusation will have been squashed. That is true. Alright, so you're telling me the first person of color hired into the Queen's staff was in 2017, the same year Prince Harry and Meghan got engaged, the royal are performing. That is true. That is true. Now, these are the squad who knows all the stuff. Alright, let's see here. Yep, so you're telling me, yep, Myra. Okay, not even good. Just leave her alone to do the work which she excelled at. She wasn't asking for preferential treatment, but simply to be treated fairly, report fairly. And now, here we are. That is true. Yep. Let's see here. Next tweet. Just so we're clear, the logic of the anti-Meghan lot is now that her allegation of racist comment being made by someone inside the court is dismissed because she's an attention seeker, but actually proof of past racist policy that the palace doesn't apologize for is irrelevant. Alright, if Meghan haters heard a record of the royal family being racist, instead of focusing on the racism, they will complain because she recorded a private conversation. They hate her no matter what. It's the Trump supporters mentality. I mean, just look at what's going on right now. Alright, it's like there's something in the brain that's missing. It's until it's them. Alright, I really hate to say that, but somehow they have to feel it themselves, go through it for them to understand. And when they do face it, they can handle it. Alright, I see it perfectly possible that there may have still been racist attitude in that bubble. I also see that both families, her and the royal family, are hugely dysfunctional and can't help but feel it unwise for media attention about themselves be sought on any side. Alright, they wanted the attention, but not that kind of attention they wanted. Okay, all Meghan done was try and give constructive criticism to an organization that never hears it. The royals should be hold her tight like a gold dust she is. If I remember right, this happened up until at least a decade into the Queen's reign. How can her not apologizing possibly be defended? Alright, Harry confirmed her stories, so I'm not sure why there are questions. Being married to someone in line to the throne hardly renders one short of attention. Alright, let's see here. I'm almost done. Next tweet. How many do I have left? Oh, I think that's probably that. Alright, let's see here. Just so we clear the logic of... Okay, that's the one I just read. Alright, next tweet. Okay, I like CNN. That was a tweet. Okay, Pagan Trelawney. Okay, I like how simply people wrote the headline they call SP Forget It. Alright. Buckingham Palace banned minorities from office job report. People of color were permitted to work as domestic servant but not in clerical role until at least the late 1960s, according to a new post. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking, what is the meaning behind it? What were they thinking about the clerical work? What made them come to this to say, okay, we don't want this skin color to do this job when they themselves are not the one who's doing it? What made them thought that this preferable treatment had to be in place? Okay, I just don't understand the mentality of these people. Okay, I like CNN. Britain will have denied being a racist family. Archive papers reveal recent racist past. We should give them clicks. Alright, so that was it. That's all I bookmarked. Let's see what's going on my likes. There was some stuff that I liked. Let's see here. Okay, we mentioned this already. I hope The Guardian digs deeper. I think there is a story. Then Buckingham Palace tell Meghan Markle not so long ago she was not an employee, won't be paid. Now we are learning to discriminatory laws still in place. Alright, so this, be careful what you wish for. The spotlight. That is true. This is the spotlight they wanted, but there it is. I don't think this is what they were looking for. There's the squad sipping on tea. The GIF is so funny. Okay, next tweet. Okay, for an institution that pride itself on having, quote, top-notch communication, end quote, I knew they'd be buried with this. We all did. They keep digging the hole they want to end up in. Alright, there's that. Let's see the comment in here. Alright, at this point, even the royal are wishing that Harry makes another trip to the beach or Meghan goes out to promote her book. Like, do anything but take this spotlight away. Queen said it was 50 years ago. It was another life. Okay, am I a different queen now? All grown up and non-racist? Oh my God. I guess before she left this earth, they be dragging her with that. This is something the squad are saying, God, make sure when you take her, because Philip is waiting for her, make sure when both of them come to you. This is what they were doing when they were in this earth, okay? Take this baggage with you. Okay, enjoy that bright American spotlight. CNN give the royal family spotlight they so desperately crave every hour. That's the thing here. 56 seconds.
More trouble for Britain's royal family after the Guardian newspaper dug up some old records showing a history of racial discrimination at Buckingham Palace. The documents from the National Archives revealed the palace banned, quote, colored immigrants or foreigners from holding clerical positions until at least the 1960s. They were, however, allowed to be domestic servants.
Now, the palace told CNN in a statement that claims based on a second-hand account of conversations from over 50 years ago should not be used to draw or infer conclusions about modern-day events or operations. The story all has added significance after Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan came forward with accusations that they had experienced racism inside what they called the firm.
Back in March, the royal family said it was considering hiring a diversity chief, but that has not happened as of yet. It sounds like they need to really fill that position, I would say.
Watch this space. The lead with Jake Tapper starts now.
More trouble for Britain.
What I was thinking, there was somewhere around here. Where was it?
Significance after Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan came forward.
This is what I was thinking. They keep on putting out statement that people should not come to conclusion. All right. So guess what? If people take them at their word, they're gonna say we need to remove that from the law that you can be. Let's say people cannot bring your accusation to court for the hearing and stuff like that. So it's like they're digging themselves each time. Okay, that's what they wanted, to shine bright without Meghan and Harry interfering. Yep, that's the squad. They just love it. Alright, Buckingham Palace lack of ethnic minorities has long been obvious, even to devotees Philip Hall. Alright, there's 21 comment here. Okay, oh well, she is the queen. She can employ anyone she personally likes, but most staff never see the queen and won't get involved in downstairs stuff. I'm sure she will never read the Guardians either, like anyone. You don't discuss the servant, babysitter, dog walkers, etc. Okay, if certain race is not good enough to work in senior position in the palace, then that race should not have to pay taxes. That's another good point that go into the royal family's pocket. Conversation is over. Do you know anything about how the royal family are funded? I said not. And of a person is good enough to work somewhere, the color of their skin should not be an issue, and vice versa. Alright, let me move on. We know this is what's going on here. The bedrock of white supremacy. Yep, that's where it's originated. This is them. This is them. Each time I think about them, I'm thinking of what went on in Germany and all of that. I always think they hijacked Germany to do their BS and stay behind and push somebody else to do their dirty work for them. All right, to spread their hate a little bit more. And when you look at, I'm not saying the way they're doing the tactic. I think trying to tell the world there's something wrong here, but the way they're showing it is not the right way. But still, I think is trying to open people's eyes. I don't know, this is what's come to me. When everything is said, all and done, we'll see, okay, how things align. The puzzle is being put together. All right, our government is telling this particular government is bad, this particular is bad, but when you look at it, deeper issues and the action that they've done in the past. All right, if you look at what happened with Germany, who are the first there to free the Holocaust survivor, the Jews and all of that. All right, just things that happen. Don't just focus on what is written. Yes, we need to look at what is written in our history, and we need to think and put certain things into perspective. Remember, the people who write the stories in history book is what they want us to believe. All right, is what they want us to believe. But when you look at certain action that were taken, all right, think beyond what is being written. Why it took so long for certain group to rescue the Jews and all of that, who were the first one to do certain things and all of this. All right, what we may think is the bad one may not be. All right, I'm just living at that because I don't have any proof whatsoever. I know many of you really, have good professions, study these things, have degrees and all of this. But my analysis, I'm not saying I'm right or I'm wrong or anything. It's just my mind that's thinking, and I'm sharing what's going on in my brain. It may sound completely effed off, okay, completely BS, but when you look at things into perspective, all right, I'm not trying to minimize anything that was being done or whatever it may be. It's just that I'm thinking why certain things is being done, and our government is telling us one thing, and you see how their policies and their behaviors and all of that are doing in comparison to what they're telling us is bad. All right, I'm just saying. I don't know if I make sense, but I hope it does. All right, they're still using the old playbook. Okay, they're still using the old playbook, especially when no one in the UK will hold them accountable for their action. All right, look at Harry looking at it. It's like I'm the only one who should. I swear, if anything happened to Meghan, I think Harry's gonna lose it. Look at him. This pic though showing yet how Harry has no chill when it comes to his wife. Let's take a closer look. Look. It's like I'm the only one who should get close to her cheeks. Oh my God. It's like, bro, I love you like a brother to me, but please don't get that close. And the other thing is, his wife is probably around here too. Look at his arm around Meghan. It's like, okay, that's enough. Come close. His eyes. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I can't even get a word out. It's like, that's enough. That's enough. You know he loves his wife. You know he loves his wife. It's probably when they get back home and said, look, you see what happened there? I didn't like it. I want you to do that to me. All right, let me go. Let me get off this picture before I go bonkers. Okay, next tweet that I liked. Okay, where was I? All right, that's this. I went on this. There's that. All right, HRH, the Duke of Hotness. The Duke of Hotness. Yeah, you see here, that's Charles' nose right there. Every time I see this, that's Charles' nose right there. All right, there's one comment. Okay, oh yeah. All right, what else did I like? Okay, all right, they're still defending themselves against the interview, admitting they're wrong will validate Meghan and their little brain. Okay, Dr. Zanier, it's the way they refuse to take accountability for their action and insist on making themselves the victim. I mean, all they need to do is just, if they just tell the truth and then they're done with it. All right? But they keep on putting lies after lies. But next tweet, I want to move on. It's already an hour and 30 minutes. Okay, after this too, I'll go to home and see what's happening, and then that's it, and do a prayer. Okay, him and his wife should try not to do more than smile and wave. He's walking embarrassment every time he opened his mouth. That day, Prince William asked kids if they like Chinese food while visiting Japan House London, a so-called expensively educated future king. Shaking my head. 23 seconds.
The beans are quite tricky, aren't they? They're quite slippery. Well, they don't have that. It won't last. It won't last. See if I can get a few across. There we go, that's good enough. Stop when we're on a run. Have you guys had much Chinese food? Sorry, Japanese food? No? The beans are
It came out of his mouth. Japanese. And the other guy was clapping just because he did that. Let me see. 10 minutes. I'm saying 10 minutes. Lord, those kids don't seem to impress with him. Jeez. This article is a great follow-up and gives even more detail about the lack of diversity in the royal household and how stubbornly they've refused to change. I mean, Princess Anne told you guys they're not gonna change. Buckingham Palace lack of ethnic minorities has long been obvious, even to devotees. Philip Hall. Okay, that's this. All right. So, what is that now? My sister was criticizing her son's dad. Okay, I remember that. Okay, my sister was criticizing her son's dad and his girlfriends, saying they are stupid women who can't do anything in their life. And my nephew was like, quote, you can talk, you dated him 3 times and had a child with him. Oh my God. Kids, oh my God, kids are savage. Snap, that hurt. That boy needs his mouthwash out with soap. LOL. Boom. Okay, there's the ghost. I laughed so hard I almost choked. Oh my God, I can't. It's so funny. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh my Lord. Let's see here. Will Duke and Duchess of Sussex invest in California vineyard? Okay, that's that. Why did Buckingham Palace have a policy to ban ethnic minorities from office roll? Alright, so these are the things we already done. Okay, I went over this. Okay, let's see this one. Someone said they really wanted to say conversation may vary. They're laughing. Alright, let's see. Oh, my notification 8 is going on. Let's see here. Recommend for you. While 834 mentioned and rising number of Meghan has mentioned. Okay, I would like to invite Lady Colin Kendall. So these are somewhat old news. I don't want to go to it. Let me see on home. What's going on to home? Alright, in the past, I cringed a bit saying, good ear, just one. Alright, when I ate alone in a restaurant, not anymore. There is such a joy in eating by yourself and peace with nothing and no one to interrupt. Alright, what else is going on? Japel and Boston. Sarah Drew thinks that Grey Anatomy is okay. That's movies. Okay, what's going on here? Sometimes we don't get around to telling anyone our story because we worry what they'll think. Will they think we're weak, crazy, or stupid? Will they think we deserve it? Some people will think all of that, but what they think means zero in terms of what is true. Interesting. Alright, there's no comment. The only thing Harry and Meghan are guilty of are understatement and discretion. Alright, it just goes to speak to their shared value because they could have gone in the firm much harder and revealed the full extent of what they suffered, especially Meghan. Instead, they show compassion, grace, and dignity, none of which were ever shown to them. That is true. Let me see these two comments in here. Okay, that's the one I just read. You are so right, adding another word, restraint. Fact. 169 million Americans have received at least one dose. Daily cases lower since March 2020. Thank you, Biden administration. Yep, I had to talk to my husband about it, and then he's like a freaking baby. My arm is sore. My goodness. If you didn't get it, if you didn't get the shot, guess what? Things that he liked about me, he will not be getting it. You use your imagination too. Alright, sweet dreams. I guess this we're going to sleep. Prince Harry told you that a business model and shit, and some guys were like, okay, how bad can it be? Anyway, okay, something must be going on. Alright, the way some black people insist on loving people who will never love you back. Marcus Garvey. We are going to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery because wills other might free the body. None but ourselves can free the mind. Wow. Can you, looking what we dealing here right now, mental issue, black people, I mean, let me finish that thought. Black people saw it million of years ago. But the other thing that arrived from me thinking of that is that if society at large all around the globe had let people live the way that they wanted to live, or just be themselves, don't put any restriction in terms of racism. All right, there have to be some restriction in certain things because we are in a shared society. All right, because you cannot just go around and hurt people. All right, but in terms of let's say where you're not being restrained from your color, from your race or sex or anything like that. All right, you do what you feel like. Can you imagine the invention? The things will be far beyond of technology, of things that could have been we will have been so far beyond what we are dealing with right now. Is that we are inflicting so much pain within each other. We keep on going back and fixing things that should have been fixed a long time ago. You understand what I mean? Because a lot of things, look at Marcus Garvey. All right, when I'll put the date when he died or something like that. So see, from the past, who have come up with this? Okay, we are going to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. When you think of mental well-being, okay, look at this. We are in 2021. We're still thinking about the mental aspect of things. This could have been resolved a long time ago. Or maybe if other branches of mental illness arrive, maybe we'll be tackling it a little bit more, because we haven't been focused on the present. We keep on going back to resolve problem from the past. We can't even move forward. All right, moving forward to new things, new technology, new thing that's moving forward, because we're so fixated on racism. Racism is holding society back, because a lot of people who have good and good knowledge of things they want to produce, okay, technology or all sort of things. All right, we could have been so far ahead, but no, we want to be because of a rate. Look, for instance, on yesterday's video, what is it, somewhere in Mississippi, 2 black kids who were valedictorian. All right, no, because they black, therefore there should be someone else who should be valedictorian for this. Okay, they pick 2 white people with their nonsense here. So why can it be? All right, it's just showing so much stupidity within people where skin color have to be that thing. I mean, if they really think about it, they should just stop, because in the future, all right, little at a time, we're just shedding light into stupidityness of them. All right, if they just move on and continue focus on themselves, all right, people will not see how dumb they look for doing those kind of things. All right, they're just showing how dumb and stupid they are for thinking those only skin color matter, when in fact when you look at different sports, let's speak Simone Biles, for instance. All right, one black person, I mean, there's other black people in gymnastics now, but you're looking at her to exceed expectation of how people could fly and do all of this and to land on your feet and all of that. I mean, what have you been doing for all these years? Okay, from whenever it started, when black people were not in it, what have you been doing? You're so fixated on other people's well-being, where you holding yourself back. All right, that's the thing here. You also holding yourself back from moving forward because you're worrying what other people, another race or gender or skin color is doing. My goodness, it's so stupid. All right. And you see all those people who move forward, from those this nonsense here. Let's see here. What is this? Last Capitol riot arrested in Tampa Bay thread. 52-year-old Audrey Southard Ramsey from Spring Hill rushed away from federal court in Tampa after her first appearance Wednesday afternoon. Most serious charges is assault of federal police officer. Is she barefooted? She is. Why is it 15 seconds? Look at that, chasing her. Oh my god. It's a threat. Let's see here. Okay, here are 9 criminal charges the Spring Hill music teacher is facing in connection to DOJ investigation into the January 6 Capitol riot. She was released back into the community on $50,000 signature bond. She only pays if she fails to show up for court. Can you imagine? My goodness, so many black kids they hold in the system for things, minor things. All right. So my goodness, this is just getting me upset. Let me just move on. Look at this. This is why they don't want the thing to go forward. I have nothing but praise and compliment for the Department of Justice here from Florida, West Florida, I guess. Sit down interview with defense attorney Patrick Lutter, who represent Hodgkins, about the complex DOJ investigation into what happened 6 months ago Sunday. My goodness, I can't believe it was 6 months already.
I think DOJ is done the best they could. I think the FBI has done the best they could. This was not easy. There was a lot involved. Everybody's going into these cases not knowing. They don't know Paul like I do, right? That's my job, to try and help DOJ see the man, which is one of the reasons why I think they could have offered a plea deal to any of these people. It didn't have to be Paul first, but for whatever reason, we're up, and Paul has taken courage to stand up and accept responsibility. It takes some courage to be first without knowing what's going to happen. Now, I have no idea what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to advocate strongly for my client because I believe in him and because I think he's a good guy, and I'm glad he's one of us. I'm glad he lives here among us. He's the kind of guy.
My goodness. I just can't imagine if it was a black person who did that. I just can't believe. I can't imagine. My goodness, 5 months, not 6 months. Thanks for catching. Well, January 6th. Right now we June 4th. Shy of 6 months. But yeah, my goodness. Let me do a prayer. All right, because I'm wasting time. Later on, we're gonna go away. Let me do a prayer. Prayer. All right, for protection. This I'm always gonna go with that. All right. Let's see, friend here. Protection. Image. What do I have here? Most of these I think I've already done. Let's see here. Okay, a prayer to be a better friend. Okay, dear Father, treasure my wonderful friends so much. Thank you for their presence in my life. I ask that you will watch over them and lead them into hope and blessing. I trust that you will protect and hold them when life is hard. Lord, help me to be a good friend to them. Amen. I think that fits perfectly. Let me do another prayer because yesterday I wanted to do a prayer, but it was going over 2 hours and I was rushing. All right, this is another prayer for any days that I've missed. All right, Father, here I am before your throne with a heavy heart and anxious mind. Come, Lord, fill me with your holy presence. Let me rest and be at peace. Let me feel your protection. Let me feel as if I'm under the shadow of your wings, safe, hiding, and secure in you. Only you can give and take it all. I pray, Father, please take my fear away and give me your peace that surpasses all understanding. You know that my life is in your hands. My trust and my hope is on you alone. Father, thank you. In the name of Jesus, amen. Yeah, I think both prayers fits perfectly. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. There's link in the description for if you want to support my channel, PayPal for donation. And some of you who have donated, thank you. I truly appreciate it. And sometime when I don't put a prayer, just throw a prayer out there. All right, we will always need prayers. I mean, if you're not a religious person, I'm not, just say something to the universe, because the more positive word we throw out into the universe, the more we letting the universe know those people who have the mic, who's spewing negativity. All right, we are not for it, we against it. If we could just live in a peaceful world where we get up in the morning, we don't have to think about, oh, is this might happen? Okay, I don't want to name anything. Or just think of things that you hear in the news. Okay, just be protective of us. All right, so when we get up in the morning, all right, we want a better future for our kids. So it started with us. We have to, take action, and instead of putting negative word into the universe, throw a positive word into the universe. If you don't have anything to say, just say something. May you have a better day than yesterday or something like that. May you control what you say and things like that, because every word that you say affects somebody in a different way and stuff like that. Sometimes it's unintentionally, but if you let God know to control what you say, all right, every word that come out of your mouth may be something positive or something like that. So yeah, the positivity, we need to keep it and let God knows that we are not for all those people with the mic who's throwing those spewing negativity into the world. We are against it, because if we don't push back and we counter it, all right, the universe might think we are for it. All right, not giving your pushback or tell the universe you against it, they will assume that you are for it because you're not saying anything. All right, so I know this might sound crazy, as crazy as it may sound, but words do matter. However the universe works, at least let's throw our judgment or what we might think may happen or something like that into the universe. All right, again, that's crazy talk, but hey, sometimes you just have to think a different way. All right, thanks for watching and thanks for your support. All right.